I'm Nikki Sizemore. Welcome to my kitchen and welcome back to my channel. Today we're making something sweet and it involves chocolate. I'm going to show you how to make my no-bake vegan chocolate tart. This tart is so delicious, it's so easy to make, and it will appeal to all eaters at the table, whether or not they're vegan. We're gonna start with a press-in date and pecan crust, fill that with a dark chocolate pudding center, and then top the whole thing off with coconut whipped cream. You might remember the pudding recipe from a few weeks ago. We're going to make that using coconut milk so that it sets up into a sliceable tart that is still super creamy and luscious. This no-bake vegan tart is gluten-free, it's naturally sweetened, and I can't wait to show you how to make it. So let's head to the kitchen. And if you haven't done so already, don't forget to hit that subscribe button below so that you don't miss out on any of my wholesome, family-friendly, and naturally gluten-free recipes. We're going to start by making the crust. This is a really simple press-in, no-bake crust. You'll need 1 cup of medjool dates. Remove the pits, then add the dates to a food processor along with 1 cup of pecans, or you could go for almonds or walnuts. Add raw cacao powder or good quality cocoa powder, cinnamon, salt, and a tablespoon of coconut oil. Pop on the lid and then process this until everything is very finely chopped and sticky. It might take a few minutes. The crust should hold together when pressed between your fingers. Okay, you guys, that's it. Now all we have to do is transfer this to our tart pan. I'm using a 14-inch rectangular tart pan, but you could use a 9-inch tart pan instead, or you could even use ramekins or glasses. And I'll include all of that information in the recipe link below. Our crust is done. I'm just going to transfer it to a baking sheet. This is going to make it easier to transport later. Now for the filling, we're making my dark chocolate pudding recipe, which I will link to below, using full-fat coconut milk. The coconut milk is key because it's going to give this tart a silky, luscious texture and also make it sliceable. At this point, refrigerate the tart overnight. You'll also need to refrigerate a can of full-fat coconut milk for the topping. All right, it's the next day. I pulled the can of coconut milk out of the fridge and we're going to make that vegan whipped cream topping. Carefully open the can, then use a spoon to scoop out the solids from the top of the can. You want to make sure that you just get the solids and not the liquid at the bottom, which you can save for smoothies or soups. Using hand beaters, beat this coconut cream until it is smooth. Add a tablespoon of maple syrup, or you could use coconut sugar, a teaspoon of vanilla extract, and 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt, which is going to balance all the flavors. Beat this until it is smooth and creamy. Pull the chilled vegan chocolate tart out of the fridge, and let's add that coconut whipped cream topping. Dollop it evenly over the tart, and then use a small offset spatula or even the back of a spoon to spread it out evenly. Last but not least, we're going to shave some dark chocolate over the top of the tart. And that's not only going to look beautiful, but it's also going to add a touch more chocolate flavor. Refrigerate the tart for another 30 minutes or for up to 4 hours before serving. It is the perfect make-ahead dessert. When it's time to eat, you'll want to remove the tart from the tart pan, so just work your way around the rim until those sides slide right off. And now for the best part, it is time to serve. As you can see, this vegan dark chocolate tart slices up beautifully. We have that sweet and salty date and pecan crust, that super creamy dark chocolate pudding filling, and then that coconut whipped cream on top. This is everything I love about a dessert. It's healthy, it's naturally sweetened, gluten-free, but it tastes amazing. Thank you guys for tuning in. I would love to hear what you think about this no-bake vegan chocolate tart. Please let me know in the comments below, and as always, don't hesitate to ask me any of your cooking questions. I've included below a link to the full recipe with all of the measurements, and I've also included a link to my website where you can find a ton of other naturally sweetened, gluten-free desserts. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you next time.